In this lesson, we're going to be evaluating expressions by applying the order of operations. All right, so what is a variable? A variable is a letter used to represent one or more numbers. Okay, and an algebraic expression consists of numbers, variables, and operations. So for example, an algebraic expression could be something like 2x minus 3. And what does it mean to evaluate an expression? Well, that means to find the value by substituting a number for the variable. And then what does it mean to evaluate an expression? Well, if it's a variable expression where you're given a variable in this algebraic expression, then it means to find the value by substituting a number for the variables. All right, so how do I evaluate algebraic expressions? And so let's take a look at these variable expressions that we have on the left. And notice how I've got a number right next to a parentheses, and then I've got a couple of multiply signs, either by the dot or the asterisk, or with just a plain old time sign. Or you've got a number right next to the variable, and that means that you're going to be multiplying. And anytime you've got a number all over a variable, or we're using the division sign, that means that you are dividing. And then notice we've got the addition sign, or the plus sign, that we're adding here. And then this last one here, you've got the subtraction sign, or the minus, and this you're subtracting. All right, so now it says to evaluate the expression when n is equal to 3. So what we're saying is that we're going to replace, wherever we see an n, we're going to replace it with a 3. That's substituted in for a 3. So right over here, then I'm going to have 13, and then we're going to times 3. All right, and so 13 times 3 is going to give us then 39. And for our next one, we have 9, and then notice it's as a fraction. It's all over the n, and that means to divide. So we're going to substitute in, for this n, we would substitute in a 3. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. And for letter C, we're going to put in a 3, and then we're going to minus the 1, and then we would get 2. Example number 2, how do I evaluate powers? All right, so this right here, the 5, is our base. And the 3 is our exponent. And what this means that you're going to do is we have the base of 5, so it's going to be 5, and then the exponent tells us how many times you're going to be multiplying it. So I'm going to have 5 times 5 times 5. This is the 3. I've got 3 5s. The exponent tells us how many of the 5s we have, and that's going to be equal to 125. All right, let's take a look at a couple more examples of the powers. So Howard would say this first one is 7 to the first power. And what that represents is I just have 1 7, and so it's just going to be 7 to the first power is equal to 7. Now the second one We could say 5 to the second power, or even better yet, we would say 5 squared because we've got 2 of them. So we're going to say 5 squared. And what that means is that you've got 2 5s. 5 times 5, and that's equal to 25. Now here we have then x to the 5th power. So we're going to say x to the 5th power. And we really can't evaluate that any further. It's just x to the 5th power. I've got 5 x's. And our last one here, we have 1/2 to the 3rd power. And another way you can say that is by saying cubed when you have it to the 3rd power. So let's say 1/2 cubed. Now, what that looks like is we've got 3 1/2. So I've got 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. And remember, when you multiply fractions, that you multiply all your top numbers first. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And then all of our bottom ones, which is 2 times 2 times 2. And we're going to have 8. So that would be equal to 1/8. All right, evaluate the expressions. Letter A, we have x to the 3rd when x is equal to 4. So remember, what we're doing is we are substituting in that x for a 4. So we're going to have 4 to the 3rd power. Now remember that we know that this is 4 times 4 times 4. But let's also take a look at how we would enter this into the calculator. If I had 4 to the 3rd power, you are going to enter that into the calculator using this, what's called the caret button. So you would put in a 4, you would go the caret button, enter the 3rd power, and then press enter or equals, and you would find that that's going to be equal to 64. Because 4 times 4 times 4 is equal to 64. All right, letter B, we have k squared when k is equal to -2. Now, it's really important for you to know that when you have a variable that's been assigned to a negative number, that you need to bring that in, especially if you've got the exponents, that you bring it in there, substitute it in with a parentheses. Because -2 with the parentheses is different than -2 without the parentheses. And we're going to explore this more when we get into the exponent unit later on this year. So for now, we just need to remember that if you've got a negative, we need to bring and put a parentheses around it, and then we can have our exponent. So when you're entering this into our calculator, we're going to use our parentheses. All right, so when we're using our calculator, here's the buttons that we are going to use. We've got our parentheses, our first parentheses and our second parentheses. I also need to show you that this right here is our negative button. You cannot use a minus button unless it's between two numbers. And so to express a -2, you would use this, the negative button. And then I'm going to use the squared button. You could certainly use that caret button and do a 2 as well, but I think it's just easier to use that one. So you're going to use a parentheses, -2, close your parentheses, and don't forget, remember you have to use the negative, not the minus button, and squared. And when you do that, you're going to have +4. So we have d to the 4th when d is equal to 1/3. Remember, what that looks like is 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3. All right, now using our calculators, if I just go and I put in a 1/3 and then I do to the power of 4, or the caret button to the 4th, more than likely it's just going to take that 3 that you just entered in, and it's going to do the exponent to that. So it's really important that when entering this into your calculator that you have a 1/3 in parentheses, and then we're going to use that caret button and then to the 4th power. So you'd be using your parentheses, you do your 1, and I would just do divided by 3, close the parentheses, use your caret button, and then we're going to do to the 4th power, and that would be equal to 1 all over 27. All right, so we're going to evaluate these expressions, and we're going to use our calculators for this. And so make sure that when you enter these in the calculator, you would be putting in 24 plus 4, and then you'd have your first parentheses, 3 plus 1, and then you have to close the parentheses. And so go ahead and do that, and then you're going to want to double check your answer with mine. So you might want to pause it and make sure that you have then a 40. All right, for number 2, I want to point out here that that you see some brackets, but it's really just 2 sets of parentheses. We only do that just because when you have the 2 sets of parentheses, sometimes they could get clumped together and so forth. So really you're putting in 2 sets. And you really need to make sure that when you put in the 2 plus 2, and then you're going to use your parenthesis, 2 minus 3, you're going to use the same parenthesis here, 4 minus 8, and you've got your parenthesis. You do need to make sure that you do that last parenthesis, close it off, otherwise you're going to get an error. And when you do that, go ahead and pause it and see if you get the same answer as me. And make sure that you got the answer 30. All right, number 3, again, you're going to enter this in the calculator, so you might need to pause it. And we're going to go square that at the end. Again, make sure you have that parentheses in there, and you'll end up with then 75. Now for our next one, something that's really important. If you're going to put this whole thing in your calculator, you would need to put both the top and the bottom in parentheses. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to evaluate everything on the top, evaluate everything at the bottom, and then I evaluate it from there. So for example, I would have 3 squared, and I'm going to have minus 1, and I'm going to press enter, and I get 8. And then I have 3 plus 3, and I get 6. And so I could take my 8 divided by 6 now, and I'm going to get 1.3 repeating. And again, just you have to be really careful there. If you're going to put the whole thing in the parentheses, in the calculator, make sure that you've got parentheses on the top and parentheses on the bottom when doing that, or press the equals in between and write down your answers, just like I just did. All right, so for number 5, we have 4n minus 12. So we have 4 times 7 minus 12. And again, I'm just going to enter this in the calculator. You do the same. And you should get then 16. All right, and number 6, we have 9 times x. So x is 7, so we have 9 times 7 plus 4. And then we have 3 times, times 7 plus 1. And I'm going to do everything on the top here. I'm going to press equals, and then I'll do everything on the bottom and do them separately, just because I find people make mistakes quite a bit when doing that. So I'm going to get 67 on the top, and then I take 33 times 7 and plus 1, and you get 22 on the bottom. And I could either just leave it as 67 all over 22, or I could divide them. And I would have 3.0, I'm just going to round it to 5. So in this lesson, we took a look at evaluating expressions using a calculator.